Hey, thanks for checking out Mac Guitar Mania. I've got something really cool in the shop today. It's a Squier Sonic Strat. We're going to do some mods that you're going to want to see because they're affordable and they make it play better and sound better. Stick around. Let's first get a little history about this bad boy. This is the Squier Sonic Stratocaster, Squier by Fender, and it's a basic model, but it does not mean it's junk. Let me show you why. First of all, you got a real maple neck, which is really sweet. Maple fretboard, decent sized frets. I'd say they're maybe medium jumbo. They're not tiny, but they're not fat. It's got the basic tuners. That's okay, we're gonna change those out. And it's got what I consider my favorite configuration. Humbucker in the bridge, single coil, 5-way switch, volume, tone, okay? That's all cool. The mods we're gonna make are what's gonna turn this into the Raven. Not the Baltimore Ravens, the Raven. That cool looking, scary black bird, the Raven. We're going to put black tuners, black input jack, black bridge, and we're just gonna make this thing all black, and it's going to be gnarly. I thoroughly enjoy making these videos, and I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you learn something from them. Do me a favor, do the LCS, like, comment, and subscribe. It's a simple exercise. Like this video, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the guitar, about the mods I'm doing, and please subscribe. It helps me to know that I'm making the kind of stuff you want to see. Thanks very much. Back to the video. Now, what made this guitar extra affordable was that it was already on sale from $200 down to $160 right around Memorial Day weekend. But I was just so happened to be in Guitar Center and I was trying it out and I couldn't get the 5-way switch to work in position 1, so the humbucker was seemingly dead. And in this position, it was only the middle pickup playing, not the humbucker. So I tried wiggling it, didn't change anything. I asked them, I said, hey man, can we get a little deal on this because it doesn't work and you'd have to fix it anyway. The guy lowered it to 120 and I walked out the door with a brand new guitar, the excellent modding platform.
Excellent!
For 120, and all it really needed is a new 5-way switch. That's part of the upgrades, but that's why I got it so cheap. Sometimes you gotta find ways to save money. That's how we do it. Okay, the future Raven Stratocaster is on the workbench. We're gonna take it apart and see what we can do. Here we go. Let's take off those strings first of all. I love to have my neck supported by the nice Cork neck support here. That keeps everything nice and convenient. Sometimes your strings get stuck in the back, like they don't come out. Let's just imagine that one of these got stuck. Okay, we may not have to. No, there it goes. What you do, take one of your thicker strings and you can push it through. See, I pushed that last one through. Even though it wasn't stuck, it's how you do it instead of taking everything apart. Now, what we'll do, we're going to start right at the top here. We're going to take off the tuners. All right, we got all the tuners off. And let me just tell you that this Strat is probably the most customizable guitar on the market. It is so simple. Leo Fender was such a genius. And everything is just easy to replace. I love it. Even the nut. Usually the nut takes a little work to get out, but it's easy to replace. Now, we're going to leave the neck in place for now, but we are going to take off the bridge. Easy peasy. Save this for later. Here's our ground wire from the pickups. That's normal. This is what you call your trim claw. It holds the springs that are putting tension on the trim or vibrato system, whatever you want to call it. So right now, if I try to pry this up, It's really hard to do because of the springs. So what we have to do is just disconnect these springs. I think I stole these from the dentist.
Well, sir, someday I'd like to be a dentist.
Just pop these out of here. There we go. Attaboy. These are your trim springs, tremolo springs. It's really a vibrato, but everybody calls it tremolo. Here they are. See? Pretty basic. This part goes into the block. We call this the block. And this other part hooks on the claw. We'll save these for later. Now we can turn this over and now watch this. Watch how this moves now. See that? That's your vibrato action. If you wow, 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 right? You put a bar in there. So what we'll do, we'll take out these 6 screws. Save all this stuff. Pretty basic. These are the saddles, right? Your strings come from the back through the holes here. They go all the way through, and they come out here over these saddles. The saddles are what adjust your string height and your tuning intonation. These can move back and forth to adjust strings for correct tuning up and down the neck. And then these little screws here, these little ones sticking in the top, they're called grub screws. Never knew that till a few months ago. They adjust the height up and down this direction for your string tension. All right, what else do we need to take off? Let's take off the input jack since we are blocking that out. Now, what we're gonna do, we're leaving this wire in here, right? So we can take this, the jack part, which is inside here, off of this. People call these football jack plates. If anybody knows of a good tool to get this off, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know. One more thing we need to do. We need to take off the pick guard altogether because I need to replace this 5-way switch. That's what got me the discount because it's not working in the bridge position or bridge in middle position. So let's take that apart. That's another one of the great things about Strats. All you do is take off these screws and it's all pretty much all mounted to the pick guard. Here's what's really cool about these guitars. Look at this. It's all connected. Sometimes there's not a lot of room to move around. So we'll move this input jack. See that? That can float around in there. That's no big deal. So they left some room, which is great. Sometimes they leave no room to turn it around. But here we are, upside down. Now, we can see a couple things real quick. These are obviously cheap pickups, but they sound good enough for what I'm going to use this guitar to do. This is one of those cheapy, I forget what these are called. Somebody remind me. These are those cheapo PCB board, I think, 5-way switches, and it's dead. Doesn't work in first position, second position. So that's going to be replaced. The pots are small. I know a lot of dudes stress over that, and they say they don't work as well, but there's a lot of new information out there, especially Dylan Talks Tone. He'll show you that it's not the pot size, it's the quality. Here's our humbucker, single coil, and these are pretty cheap ceramic magnets just glued to the back. It's basic, it's nothing fancy, but they don't sound horrible. I'm really impressed. So we're keeping all these pickups. We're just going to replace this control, and we're going to leave everything else because it doesn't sound bad at all. We just need this to work. All right, that's it for now. We'll be back later. I do appreciate you watching. Hang in there. We're going to start putting it back together.